Okay, before this video begins, there's a few things I want to say and a lot I have to talk about, as I promised before. So, one, to talk about the video first, how it's going to be. This is going to be a remake of the first ever video I made on this channel exactly 1 year ago today. And I thought it'd be fitting, seeing as this now marks my channel existing for 1 year, posting videos for 1 year. And what better to celebrate a whole year than to remake the first video I ever made, but updated. So, trigger warning, the video will feature opinions. If you don't like opinions, don't watch the goddamn video. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. But, yeah, it's gonna be the video, remake of the weapon tier list I made a long time ago. Just remake. If that's not your thing, don't worry. I am putting out other content very, very soon. Don't worry. But, now to talk about the huge announcements I mentioned a few days ago on my post. One, Discord server coming very, 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 very soon. It's almost done. I've got everything ready. It will be releasing soon. So keep an eye out for that. And when it does release, the very first video I will be making, and if you saw the post a while back, you should know this. The very first video I'll be making in that Discord with you guys is a video, a war casket of some kind, a contraband kit. And roughly 10-ish viewers that are picked randomly in that Discord server will be hunting me down, and it will be in a video. So keep a lookout for that. Those are two things. Discord coming soon, video like that coming with it, as soon as it's launched. Like, maybe a day or two in. And that's one big thing, one very important thing. Very soon. And you guys have been asking for it, and so now I'm making it. It's almost here. Two, very soon as well, I would like to start live streams. Live streams of not just Blackout shit. Maybe if I want to play other games that aren't Blackout, I can do that in live streams. So if you want other content that's not just Blackout, you'll see it in live streams. I'm not sure how soon that's arriving. I'm still working it out, but I do want to begin live streaming, and it probably will be happening soon. I'll probably be able to say more about the next video that I release, but just keep an eye out for it. That's important. And yeah, so Discord server coming soon, video with viewers coming soon, and live streaming coming soon. Whether I'll do it here on Twitch, I don't know. I'll maybe talk about that some in the future, but those coming soon, very, very, very soon. Like within, I would say less than a week probably, if I can get it all done right. But those are the big announcements I had. I'm very excited to release it all to all of you and have you all join and communicate with you, interact with you guys more. It'll be very fun. Have some community videos in, have some events going on, have all kinds of stuff. So that's happening soon, and I've been working on that a lot. It's been a long process. So announcements aside, one thing I want to talk about really quickly before the video starts is, while what I've been working on is part of why I was gone again for a month or two, part of it is I need to address something and fix something with you guys. And it's that I hold myself to too high of a standard when it comes to the, I guess, quality and originality of my content. In this time span, this month or two gap, I've made 3 or 4 videos. Some about the final clips when it dropped and about other things in it, but I scrapped every single one of them because I was not happy with how it turned out or how the concept of it. I wasn't happy with it, so I scrapped it all. And I'm realizing that I can't do that every time, you know? I end up being gone for so long or not putting out very quickly because I'm always so focused on this has to be perfect. Like, nobody could do this before. It has to be something only I've ever done. I can't expect that every time, you know? And I hold it way too high. So I apologize to you guys for that because I realized that's why I had so many just breaks everywhere. It's because I always do that. It's got to stop. I love to have original content that's unique and has never been seen before, but I can't expect every single video I've ever made to be like that. And it's going to stop now. I'm not saying I'm going to stop putting effort into content. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying it won't be this. I'm not going to post for 3 months because I can't think of original concept, you know? It's not going to be like that anymore. I'm putting that aside, but that's what I'll talk to you guys about. It's going to be back. I miss you guys, of course. I miss reading your comments and seeing my videos explode. But that's about it. That's all I want to get out of the way. And I won't take up any more of your time. You can get the video now. All right, we have the tier list pulled up. This should be completely up to date up to July 2025 as the time of making this video. It was updated a few days ago, and I believe added everything that wasn't here before. Now, there are going to be some rankings that are very different from the last time I did this a year ago exactly, because obviously a lot of guns have changed, gotten better, gotten worse. New guns have been added, bumped others down for the same reasons. Yada, 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 yada. And this time, I am including melee weapons. I didn't do that last time because I didn't feel like it. But this time, it's special enough. I'll include melees all the way from the trench knife to photon blades. I'll include everything. And I'm including contraband because I've actually used contraband at this point for a long time. You know, I didn't use it before because I was, what, level fucking 15-ish? I don't know. If you watch the intro and everything, you know what's going on, you know why we're here, you know what we're doing, so not gonna waste more time. I'm also not gonna waste time ranking the obvious ones we can get out of the way real quick, such as G17 goes here, because I know I ranked this as somewhat viable last time, but I mean, since then people have gotten better at the game, people have more shit at their disposal, you're not getting anybody with this anymore. Unless they're naked, you're not getting anybody. Same goes for 1911, which is right here. Same goes for, where is it? 725. I'm trying to think of any obvious ones. Trench knife, at least game you can block with, at least. Those are just the three obvious ones. I want to get out of the way because, I mean, come on, now we can begin actually ranking shit properly with information. First, we have the G18. Now, this gun, it's iffy. This gun, up close, like in their face, can fucking shred like a paper shredder, demolish people. Not heavy armor, but naked or light armor, it can shred and demolish, and it's insane if you can aim. But other than that, it don't really cut it. I'll put it in because it doesn't cut it anymore, obviously. If you're low level and you're a beginner service, hey, you can abuse this thing probably all you want. But other than that, nah. Now we have a new pistol, which was added recently, which is I think it's called the ZX95, something like that. It's a burst pistol, a 3-round burst pistol, like a Beretta almost. And my opinions on this gun are varying, because it does have good damage output for a pistol. It does. But its ammo is so abysmally low, you can only pull the trigger about, I think it's 4 or 5 times before you run out of ammo, and you gotta reload. And I'm not even sure if a full mag can kill a heavily armored player. I don't think it can. And you're probably not hitting the full mag anyway. So it can go in because it's definitely better than the G17 and the M1911, but it just, I don't know. It's a pistol. You can't expect a pistol to be great, but it's, you know. Now we have the Deagle, one of my favorite weapons that has honestly been through quite a lot of changes since I last ranked it. And a few weeks ago, maybe months, a little bit ago for a major update, the Deagle received a rework where it shot almost twice as fast, I think. But they reduced penetration and overall damage, but it shot almost twice as quick. And I loved it a lot, but people complained about it and they reverted it. Now, I think they've changed it to be kind of a bridge where it shoots a bit faster and does a bit less damage or a bit less pen, but it's not a complete either side, and I like it. I like it quite a bit, and I think the Deagle's great, underrated, and that people don't use it enough, but it's not enough to be very viable, like up here, but it's enough to be an it's alright. Oh yeah, silly me. I didn't even explain our tiers. Okay, let's go through that briefly. S tier, we have War Casket Killers. These are the best of the best guns, the best everything. Anything that can and will kill and demolish a War Casket is going here. Very viable are your guns that may not be able to kill a War Casket, but for heavily and light armored players, it'll do really well against them, and you have a very fair chance taking them out. These are your high tier standard guns, not contraband, this and that, you know? It's alright, or guns that perform well, but they're kind of mediocre, and they don't perform well against all types of people, you know? Like heavily armored, they might do well against them, but against light armor, you know, it's the mid tier. Is, you know, not great. It's not awful, but it's not good. You could use it, but you probably shouldn't. And please use literally anything else it speaks for itself. Now that's out of the way. Next we have the PK500, which is my go-to weapon for green raids. My favorite weapon to use. And people know this if they watch my shit. It's always been like an opposite to the Deagle, having much higher damage, like headshot damage and shit, but much lower pen. And it cannot one-tap armored players. It two-taps armored players. Just like, I think the Deagle does still too. I haven't tested that, but I'm pretty sure it does. And honestly, I think they're pretty interchangeable and just as good as one another, to the point where they go next to each other. I think they're both as good as each other. Like, they both offer their own things. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think it's good enough to where they can be right next to each other. They both mirror each other, offer different things. That's fine with me. Now we have the Judge, which is a recently new shotgun revolver. And I have not used this thing a lot, nearly enough. I know when it came out, it was abysmal dog shit. The trigger pull took a century to do. It did like no damage and it's awful. They buffed it recently and it's a bit better, but it's still recommend using the thing, honestly. I wouldn't touch it. Now, if I'm missing out on the train, please tell me. But in my experience using it, and I'm not the best player, I'm never claimed to be, it's not good. Like, I would not take it over a Deagle or a PK. So I'm gonna put it down here. I'll put it above the G18 though. I'll put it here, but it can go in the ads here because, okay. Now we have probably the most hated contraband piece, the RSH-12. I personally love this gun. Inspect is sick. I like its sound. I like everything about it. But I know in terms of other contraband, it does kind of underperform and requires more aim, which people don't like to have. So while you definitely can kill a war casket with this, I don't think out of any contraband, you're not gonna pick this up. Unless you just love the gun for whatever reason, you're not picking this up. You're picking up a KS or a fucking anything else, basically. So even though it's definitely capable of killing a war casket, I think top of very viable is a good place for it because nobody's really using it for that. That's not their first choice for a war casket. So I think it's a good spot for it. It's not a bad gun by any means. Great gun. But other contrabands are just better, in my opinion. They're just better. Yeah. Now moving on, we have the Uzi. And the Uzi, in my opinion, is a fantastic starting weapon for new players. Great. Low recoil, decent fire rate, does decent damage to light armored players, and that's where it stops. Because beyond being a beginner, you don't see anybody using the Uzi after that. It's especially overshadowed by the MP5 because the MP5 is a fan favorite. People love that gun. So I think it's all right. It's a good tier for it because it's not bad, but it's definitely overshadowed by quite a lot of things. That's good. Moving on with the Mac 11. This gun is iffy. It's not bad. Good fire rate, decently low recoil, and it's not bad by any means, but you never see anybody use it, and you start to wonder why. Like, I'd probably take an Uzi over this gun, not because it's worse or bad, but just because, I don't know, Uzi's just it's more versatile, put it that way. The Mac 11 lacks versatility. Its range is bad because its fire rate's good, and its damage output up close is good, but its range is shitty, and you don't want shitty range for an SMG because that's the entire reason you have it. I'll put it in it's alright too. It's alright. It can go below the Uzi for that. Actually, it can go the back if it's alright. I'd take a Deagle and a PK over those two, over that. Now we have the MP5. Now, this gun is a beloved fan favorite for many reasons, and I understand why, because it's very good. It's got really low recoil, it's got a high RPM, does decent damage, it's cheap, it's great, especially with the Leviathan's call rounds, but I don't know, it's great, and people love the gun, and it's a great gun, but I don't think it's like very viable. Like, it's a viable gun, don't get me wrong, it's great, but I don't know if it just is good enough to be here. People like it's cheap and affordable and quick, but it's not. If people have a higher power gun, you're just gonna have to be better in order to win that fight, like just straight up better. So I almost wish I made more tiers. I'll put it in the very, very top of it's alright, and that's probably where it'll stay, like at the very, very top of this tier. Because keep in mind, these are in order. So, and for it's alright, I think the MP5 is better than the Uzi. Uzi over the Deagle. Actually, I don't like that. I'm cool with that. MP5 over the Deagle and PK, PK over the Uzi, Uzi over the Mac 11. It's in order. There's an order to it, you know? Except for down here, because these all suck. But moving on, now we have the UMP45, which is my personal favorite SMG. More recoil, but more damage, and a slower RPM. A trade-off. And I like the gun. It's not nearly as much used as the MP5, but I think it's just as good, if not better. I do think so. Because with this, you can get away with fighting heavily armored players. Like, not war caskets by any means, but heavily armored players, you know? Like heavy tack, rebel helmet, you could probably get killed with that. Say, don't crucify me for this. Don't crucify me at all, please, but I think it could go in the very bottom of very valuable, in my opinion. It's better than the MP5. It's more expensive, and it's, you know, it shoots slower, requires a bit more aim because of the recoil, but I think it's a better performing gun. So I'd say like very, very, very absolute bottom of very viable. Like, it won't go above anything else in this tier probably, unless I change my mind. And now we have the final and obviously most powerful SMG, the P90. Now, this gun is severely underrated and underused. This thing is a war casket shredder. This thing demolishes war caskets. If you can aim, because if you can't control the recoil and you can't aim, you're gonna get dicked down. But if you can, this might be one of the best guns for killing war caskets with, because it shreds beyond belief. Easy war casket killer gun, S tier. Easy as fuck, because, oh my god, it shreds. I've used one on, I've killed maybe 2 war caskets with one. Only 2, but both times I have, it was so fucking quick, dude. It was immediate almost. It's crazy how fast the thing kills, especially if there's also Leviathans on it, which I actually got one, I think, out of a Contra Crate with Leviathan on it, it demolishes. It's so ridiculous. It's easily S tier. Now the TAC 14, which has been a long time go-to shotgun. You can be level 50 and still using this gun. It's extremely viable. Packs a punch like a fucking truck. It's great. High levels use it. Low levels use it. It's a great gun. You can't go wrong with it. I think easy, very viable. Even if it's a low pen gun, very viable. You're not touching a war casket with it. Unless you have Dragon's Breath, you're not touching one. Not even getting close to it. But it's great. Now, the new Mag 500 shotgun. This thing, its range is fucking ridiculous. And it's so funny. This thing's range is insane. I'll put a clip on screen of me testing the range for this thing in a server. This thing shoots so fucking far. It's not gonna do a lot of damage. But the fact that it can even hit that far is insane. And it's a great shotgun. It does a lot of damage with decent pen, and it has high range. It's great. Better than TAC 14 in my opinion. Definitely better. I have not gotten a chance to use this with Dragon's Breath, so I don't know how effective it is on war caskets, but it's a great shotgun nonetheless. And I think it can go above the TAC 14. I think it's good there. No problem with that. Okay, now moving on to the SPAS 12. This gun, without Dragon's Breath, I think it's below the TAC 14, honestly. Like, I'd put it in it's alright, to be honest with you. It's just not that good. With Dragon's Breath, however, this gun is annoying. Very annoying to go against, extremely annoying. And before a certain gun got added, which we'll go over in a second, cough cough, it was like the I'm gonna piss you off gun. It was, but now I think it can go like bottom of the shotguns, to be honest. It's not that good anymore. It's not bad, it's just I'd take a TAC 14 or a mag over it, in my opinion. Ooh, and now we have, I think, quite possibly, the most annoying fucking gun that's ever touched this game, ever. And it's the SRG, the new shotgun. Automatic. The fucking speed at which this thing kills people is like fucking astronomically insane. It's ridiculous. And if that's Dragon's Breath, good luck. I'm not even joking. I saw yesterday, or a day or two ago, a Blade Dancer kid running for his fucking life away from like 3 or 4 people with Dragon's Breath SRGs. They were demolishing him in like seconds, and it was ridiculous. It's a really annoying gun. Like if you're CQC, you're not beating this gun with anything. It doesn't matter what you're using. It doesn't matter if you have a green inhaler popped. It doesn't matter. You're going to die. So I'm putting it up here with that for now. Honestly, either War Casket Killer or Very Viable, because I'll put it here. I'm not gonna put it with the War Casket Killers, but I'll put it there. It's fuck me. And now, this needs no explanation. KS23, War Casket Killer. This is the OG War Casket Killer. Everyone uses it. Dragon's Breath, you just demolish any kit you see. Been the go-to for a while. I don't think it shreds and is quite as good as the P90. Don't attack me for that. I think the P90 is great against War Caskets, but come on, you knew it was gonna be there. It's the best shotgun in the game by a mile. It shreds. Come on, I don't even need to explain it further. Now we have one of my favorite assault rifles, even if it is a level, the Galil Ace 11. I have loved this gun ever since it got added. I have only ever had one complaint with it, and it was the dog shit ammo capacity for like 20, like G3 level. But recently, it got buffed to 35, which makes it so much better already, in my opinion, because it has more pen than the AK. It does less damage and shoots slower, but it has more pen than the AK. So I would be dastardly enough to say that the Galil is like very viable. Like I'd say it can go above the SPAS 12, but below the TAC 14. Don't attack me, but I think it's true. With the ammo buff, that was the only problem I had with it, was the ammo. It shoots slow, but it does high pen. So, I mean, come on. It does as much pen as a G3, I think, and we know how great a G3 is. Come on. You know it's true. Now moving on to a fan favorite assault rifle, the AK-47. Been used by everyone, all high levels for a long time, and it's going and very viable, probably above the SRG actually. It's very versatile. It's a solid gun. The recoil is manageable, even if it is high. It's great. You don't need to explain it. It's amazing. The M4. Now, don't attack me, because the M4 is easy to use, but it's not that good. I'm putting it at the top of it's all right. The M4 has turned into a bit of a pea shooter as of more recent patches and updates. It's not bad. You can definitely use it to kill somebody with and kill some people, but if you have Hydras on it, it probably would be a lot better, like up and very viable, but base, like stock, I use it all the time, don't get me wrong. I use M4 a lot. I love the gun, but I think the AK and Galil are better, in all honesty. I really think they are. This is gonna make some people angry who don't know this, but let me put this out there right now. The FAMAS, under certain conditions, the FAMAS is an S tier assault rifle. Let me tell you why. A stock FAMAS, I think, is already underrated, and people need to use it more, get more credit, because it's a good gun. But back when the Hydra's Hailstorm ammo type was added, nothing benefited from it more than the FAMAS. This gun, combined with Hydra's Hailstorm, is so abysmally fucking busted. It's insane. And for that reason alone, I almost want to put it right next to the AK, but because it requires a like 20k attachment to do that, I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna put it like above the Galil. I'll put it above the TAC 14. I'll put it in the middle. Stock FAMAS is already like above the M4 in my opinion. Don't kill me for that. But with Hydra's, dude, it fucking obliterates. It's insane. G3, going to explain, top of very viable. Come on, it's a great assault rifle, better than the AK in my opinion. It's great. Same goes with Scar 17. I don't think it's a war casket killer, but it definitely is the top assault rifle in the game. Everyone knows this. Come on, it's not a secret. Very obvious. Now we have the newest contraband item, the Photon Alternator, the new contraband assault rifle. I have not used this gun enough to really determine how good it is against war caskets and such. You can assume it's great. It's contraband. Come on. But I know I haven't even used it against war casket yet. I haven't even got to use it yet against one. But I'm putting it here by default because it is a contraband weapon that's very good. But I'm probably going to keep it towards the bottom because I don't know how good it is yet. I don't know. So it'll stay to the bottom of war casket killers because I know it has decent pen and a good fire rate and good damage, which makes it a good war casket killer, obviously. But it can stay there. It'll be at the bottom because I haven't got to use it as much. I don't know. Moving on to a recently added gun that I love so much, and it's the AR-BT3. I love this gun. It's a lower level DMR, and it's great, I think. They recently buffed the effective range because it was kind of dog shit, but now it's good. And I think it's great. If you don't have the Scar 20, use this. This thing's fucking great. It's a great gun. I think it's very viable. Like, it's gonna go here for sure, but I'm putting it like, I'd say probably next to the FAMAS. It's better than a stock FAMAS, I'll put it there. But love the gun. It's great. I think it's amazing. And yeah, Scar 20, great gun. I don't think it's a war casket killer though. I think at the top is very viable. I'm just gonna keep it that simple. Probably your best gun if you can aim against everybody else, but against a war casket, I don't think you're gonna do very well with it. It's just, Moving on to another new gun, the TRG, the new integrally suppressed sniper. Now, people saw this saying does no damage against Contra, or against war caskets because it has 0 pen. It's like, it's dog shit, it's dog shit. It's not meant for fucking Contra. It's not meant for it. That's not what it's for. 150 headshot damage, and it has 0 pen. So against someone wearing no armor, obviously it's gonna one-shot, no matter what. And I think light armor, it'll do, I think it one-taps still? I don't know. I think it does. I don't know. I also know the good thing about it, no tracers, no markers, and no scope glint. It's like a stealth sniper. So it's not going to be insanely OP and do a fuck ton of damage, but it's stealthy. It's hard for them to find you when you're sniping with it, which I think is very, very useful. I put it on the bottom of I'll put it above the Spaz. I like it. Some people don't like it. I like it. I think it's great. But moving on to the M24, it can go and it's all right. I mean, against a naked player, it's great. Against someone with light armor, it does okay. Against anything else, not really. I think it needs more penetration because even though it's a low-level thing, it is a fucking sniper. Come on now, it's a sniper. But simple as that, it's okay. Not great, not bad. AWM, hear me out now. If you can aim this thing, I'm pretty sure it can 2-tap war caskets. If you hit 2 headshots, it can 2-tap. I'm like 90% sure because I've done it once. Unless they nerfed its penetration, since I did that, it can 2-tap or 3-tap. Either way, you can kill war caskets with it. Not insanely well. It's not your most efficient thing for it, but it does kill them. So yeah, I'd say it's a war casket killer. It's below contraband, of course. Like I said, I keep this at the bottom, but I don't know how good it is. I can't say. So I'm just gonna leave it there. But Photon Accelerator, I'm not gonna waste time on it. It one-taps everything in the game. We need to do anything else. Come on, M79. I will say this gun's very funny to fuck around with, and it's very hilarious, but nobody uses it, and there's a reason for it. And it's because it belongs here. That's why. It costs $7.5 grand. It has no penetration, only does 50 damage, and before, it only carried 2 grenades total. 2. They buffed it to like 4 or 5 recently, or a while back actually. I think it's been a while, but it's horrible. Just use a GL. Speaking of GL, very viable. No one uses it anymore because not some people use it because it's expensive and all that, and some people don't really think it's that good anymore. I think it is. Someone's on a roof, shoot a GL, ragdoll, beam them. Come on. Maybe not the top though. I'll put it like the middle. I'll put it next to the SRG. I think it's very viable, in my opinion. Now that I'm looking at this, I think I want to bump the UMP down here with the M4. And I'm going to bump the Spaz down here with the MP5. And then I'm looking at this. And I'm also going to bump the Mac 11 down here I'm just making some revisions as I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, yeah, that's better. Okay. Now RPG 7. This thing kind of is not worth the $1 million to unlock it, and is not worth the expensive price tag because it's an RPG. It doesn't even one tap, and it has like no pen. But it's good at dispersing groups, I guess, and putting pressure on them. But other than that, I mean, it's not really worth it. I have not bought this thing yet because I don't want to. You can put it like it's all right. I'm not using it for anything else, but I don't know. I don't want to use that. It's not good. Sorry. RPG 18, although it does one tap war caskets and it's like all it's for is demolishing them, you get one bullet, you can't refill it. You can sell it for 10k after, but I mean, put it very viable because if you miss, you're fucked. Now, if you miss, it's a skill issue because it's a fucking rocket launcher, but I don't know. The fact that you can only use it once makes me want to put it here because, come on, it takes up 10 space and you can shoot it once. Firework launcher, I only used this a few times because it was for the event a while back and you don't have to during that. But obviously it's not really good at killing people, so just put it there. It was fun, but it doesn't kill people like that. Crossbow's going in Sorry to my crossbow fans, it's not good. The firebolt used to be pretty okay for killing kits, but now there's so many better options, like why are you using that, you know? It's okay, it's just, no, actually, it's not okay. It's bad. It's bad, and if you use it, you should feel bad. Because your gun sucks. I'm joking. It's not that bad, but just don't use it. Just use an M24 at that point. We went with RPK. I mean, it's just a better AK. I'll put it like above the G3. It's just a better AK. That's all it is. Nothing crazy, but it's a better AK. Fist can go here with the use anything else, please. I'll put the other fists slightly higher because, you know, they're just better fists. But to get that out of the way, I'm not popping a kit just to show you fists. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. And moving on to the trench knife. Like I said, this thing is good for at least blocking with. And it does take 0 space, like why not? Other than that though, I mean it belongs here. Come on, that's simple. Tactical knife, it can go here. I mean, you can kill with it, I guess. But actually, no, fuck that. It's going down here. No, no, it's going here. Being too generous with this shit. It's going at the bottom. It's like 20 damage. No. And the tomahawk is arguably worse than the knife, actually. So fuck you too. When you look at the stats, the tomahawk is honestly worse, debatably. I'm gonna put bat in. It's all right. Bat's good for stun. When you lunge, it's very good for stunning and ragdolling, and then obliterating them with after. That's where its use ends though, because it's just used for stun. Moving on to the katana. The katana is very good for Scourge. Very, very useful, and it is an okay weapon for PvP. I mean, you can probably get somebody that's not wearing heavy armor, maybe if you're good enough, but you're probably not gonna get them to be honest. But great for Scourge, great utility, and it's okay for PvP. I'll put it like below the bat. Actually, above the bat. Put it above the bat. Sledgehammer at a time was my glorious king. Loved to use it. It was great. Not so much anymore. It can also go in it's all right. Towards the top though, I'll put it like over here. Spear. Spear is very underrated. Very underrated. People don't use it enough. Don't give enough credit. 100% pen on lunge, like 50% pen on other attacks. It's great in my opinion. Put it towards the top of it's all right. Great axe. Boy, they did my king so dirty. I'm pretty sure anyway. Heavy attack no longer ragdolls, which means you cannot get a combo off it and get a kill. And it got overshadowed by something else being dropped, which we'll talk about in a second. But Great Axe, I would have put it like up here, very viable. But I'm gonna put it like towards the bottom now because they did my fucking Great Axe so dirty. And now, even though it got nerfed recently and people are complaining about it again, the Great Sword. It'll go towards the very, very top. You can kill a kit with it. I've seen it happen. People are doing it all over the place, just popping BDs and shit with this weapon. But I mean, yeah. Renbreaker, people don't realize is actually good at killing kits, and I think that's what it's fucking made for. Designed for, is to kill kits and fight kits with it. It's not like the best thing to use, because it is a melee, obviously, but it's not bad. I could put it like above the AWM. It's good at killing kits. Come on. And I'm not sure how many hits it takes to the head or like body to kill one, but it's not many. Like you can do it in a few, I think. I think the heavy has an extremely high stat for limb fracture. But yeah, it's not bad at all. And now photon blades. Don't need to say anything about it. They're best melee in the game. Really annoying to fight against, to be honest with you, but yeah, don't need to explain that. Okay, here's my personal list for all the weapons in Blackout Revival as of July 2025, ranked. And just to go over with you guys, so we can go over again, in our War Casket Killer section, we have the Photon Blades, the Photon Accelerator, the P90, the KS-23, the Photon Alternator, the Renbreaker, and the AWM. In our very viable tier, for everything else in the game that's not a kit, We have a greatsword. We have the RPG 18, which is good for kids, but I'm not using. Come on. We have the Scar 20, Scar 17, RPK, G3, AK 47, GL, SRG, RSH 12, Mag 500, AR BT3, FAMAS, TAC 14, Great Axe, Galil S11, and the TRG. In our alright tier, for our mid but viable weapons, we have the M24, the Spear, the RPG 7, UMP, M4, Spaz 12, Sledgehammer, MP5, Deagle, PK 500, Uzi, Katana, and Bat. In our tier, for guns that are bad and you probably shouldn't use, or weapons anyway, we have the Judge, the G18, the ZX95 Burst Pistol, Mac 11, Crossbow, and the Kit Fists. And in the garbage, use anything else tier, we have the G17, M1911, 725, M79, Firework Launcher, Knife, Tomahawk, Tech, Trench Knives, and Regular Fist. Okay, so that's our updated tier list for this year. If you have any different opinions than me or want to correct anything or give your own thoughts, please comment them below. And I hope you enjoyed this little ranking as a little recreation of my first ever video for the first anniversary of this channel. Keep an eye out for the announcements I just mentioned in the intro. And yeah, that'll be all. Thank you all for your time. I appreciate it very much. I will see you very, very shortly. And I hope you enjoyed.